TitleMatchNetwork.com.
What are some of your memories about Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody?
Stan Hansen, one of the toughest son of a guns, boy. Stan was like working with a school bus. And whatever Stan wanted to do, by golly, Stan was going to do it, which was okay because Stan understood our business, had a good psychology toward the business, and knew how to draw money. Stan didn't take no crap from anybody. And always got along with Stan. Used him when he would come to Puerto Rico. And I think I was in Japan with him a couple times. Bruiser Brody is a real touchy subject. I booked Puerto Rico a few different times, drew big money in Puerto Rico. Bruiser Brody helped me draw that money. Frank would come in and work for me, calling me, fly in for the weekend, fly in for the week. I wasn't in Puerto Rico the night that happened. I don't know any more than what you would know by talking to different people that were there, weren't there, and it's a tragedy that something like that happened. I don't know there, but if you go way back, Bruiser Brody is the reason I originally went to Dallas, Texas. I had pretty much quit the wrestling business, opened some businesses in Florida where I lived, and Carlos Colon called, and I flew in for a weekend of the big shows, anniversary show, the big stuff there, and Bruiser Brody called me in a little dressing room that was off to the side, a little room in the big place. And Abdullah the Butcher, Bruiser Brody, I think Stan was in there. And Bruiser had took over the book in Dallas, running the office, him and Buck Robley. Bruiser Brody asked me, man, he said, I need you to come to Dallas. I said, Frank, I'm through. I'm just coming back here for the weekend. I've got my stuff in Florida. He said, man, I helped you for years. I said, I understand, but I'm through. Bruiser Brody got down on his knees and said, please return the favor. Come to work for me in Dallas. I said, oh boy, because like I say, I had the businesses going and stuff. So I went home, told the wife that I was going to Dallas for a while. I had her favor to return. And that's how I got to Dallas.
Wow. I'm going to ask you about Dallas coming up, definitely. What are your memories about David Von Erich from around this period of time?
David Von Erich. David was an acquaintance. Met David in Florida when I was working there. And David was, naturally, he was from the Von Erich family. So David had that status he had to uphold. Very nice guy. Never had a bad time with David. David was a good performer. But outside of that Dallas territory, two different worlds, maybe, is the way to explain it.
He wasn't protected, you think? Or
wasn't protected at all. Could he take care of himself? Yes. But in Texas, the Von Erichs were gods. In Florida, the Von Erich was another wrestler from Texas. I don't want to put them down, and I'm not trying to demean anything like that, but that's just the way it was. And David liked to party. 90% of the guys liked to party back then. And David partied hard. David had a good time. David was fun to be around. And I was never with David in Dallas. David was gone before then.
I'm going to ask you a lot about the Von Erichs coming up too when we get to talk about. What about Steve Austin? Did you see potential in him back in the day?
Yes, yeah, tremendous potential. Him and the Undertaker both. Undertaker was back there then. Steve Austin first. Chris brought him in, and he was in Chris's school and said, "Hey, I want to start using this guy on TV if we can. He's paying me money, blah blah blah, to train him." And I said, "Sure thing, buddy." watched him work out at the school that day and said, yeah, Chris, we can work a little angle with this guy. We did, had many conversations with Steve. Steve was so down to earth. And Steve Austin goes back to the Jack and Jerry Briscoe and Funks. Steve Austin wanted this business. He wanted it. He didn't develop a character. He developed himself, because Stone Cold Steve Austin is Steve Austin that you're looking at on TV. And that is what the mistake that so many wrestlers today make, and back then, and so many bookers make. They try to take Joe Johnson and make him Lightning Johnny Joe Jackson, but instead of taking that person's personality and developing it where you don't have a wrestling character, you have that real person. Steve, it took him a while to understand that, but it takes some people years. It didn't take him that long. Once he understood that and started gaining his confidence as his self, God, I've told him many times, man, the world is unlimited for you. And Steve, I haven't talked to you for years, but you did it, brother. I told you you could.
What about Chris Adams? Memories of Chris?
Chris was like a brother, and Chris had a very bad drinking problem. Not too much of a dope problem, more of an alcohol problem. When he got to drinking, just go ballistic, couldn't control himself, and then would apologize. Had a lot of heart-to-hearts with the boy. And Jeannie, his first wife, we were all in Mexico together. It's where I met them. And then we were in Dallas, and Jeannie and Tony, his new wife. But they were all three of them were just the best of friends, and I used to laugh at him and tease him about it, and he said, oh, you don't understand it. It's not as good as it looks, because I had both of them griping at me. I can still see him telling me that night. But Chris was a con artist and good at it. Chris wanted to promote towns, and we let Chris promote towns, and Chris would work hard on a town, him and Tony both, and they would draw money in their towns. And but they would explore all their options on drawing that money for that town. It wouldn't just be selling a ticket. They would sell sponsorships. They would sell the program space. But Chris was a go-getter. Most people didn't like Chris, and never had a second's problem with Chris. Chris had his wrestling school. I helped him set that up, and with Jerry, and got him that moved to the Sportatorium where he made money. His Steve Austin, Chris's student. I gave Steve his start in Dallas, out of Chris's school. Helped him with that. Chris laid out a lot of his and Steve's programs for me on the TV, and I'd go over it with Chris and fine tune and change what I didn't like and stuff. And Chris was always right there for me. And maybe he was working me because if he got along with me, he's going to get by with doing whatever he wanted to do. And but if he worked me, he did a good job of it, because I really thought we were friends. And another one that I miss.
What about Steve? What about the Freebirds? Did you know those guys back then?
Yes.
Michael and Terry?
Yes. Terry Gordy, hard-working son of a gun that can accomplish anything in the ring you want him to accomplish. Buddy Roberts was the Freebirds' fall guy, good performer, there to take the fall for him. And Michael Hayes is one of the most gifted, and this will shock you, Michael, but you're one of the most gifted professional wrestlers that ever graced the ring. Michael he had great ring psychology. What a performer, what an interviewer. Michael was before his time, before wrestling had made it to that stage of music and this and that. And Michael Hayes helped professional wrestling progress to that point. Michael's downfall in Dallas was that you just cannot resurrect something after you've run its course. And I'm sure with his position now with Vince, he understands that and won't try that again.
TitleMatchNetwork.com